Hi, I'm Angela H. Brown, Executive Director of Craft Lake City. Today, we're producing fun science videos for Utah students at schools in partnership with Google Fiber.
I'm Melissa from Make Salt Lake, and I'm here with Craft Lake City today, being chased by a balloon, and look what it's doing to my hairdo. Do you know why? It's because things like static electricity and magnetic force can actually affect objects without even touching them. Let's play around with it a little bit. For our experiment today, we are going to be testing which of these objects can I lift using this magnet. Let's take a quick look at the scientific method so we can make sure that we check off all the right steps before we present our results. Step number 1, ask a question. How many objects can I lift? Basically, which of these objects will respond more to magnetic force than they do to gravitational force, which is holding them down? Step 2, gather information and observe. Step 3, make a hypothesis or guess the answer. Step 4, experiment and test your hypothesis. Then it's time to analyze our results and present a conclusion. So let's jump right in. The first thing that I notice about these objects is I know that most plastic doesn't really respond to magnetic force. So I don't think this one or this one are gonna work. Visually, the rest of it all looks like metal, so I think the rest will. So my hypothesis is 2 no's, these ones, and that leaves us with 4 yeses. Now it's time to experiment. Let's test it out. Okay, now that we've run our experiment, I'm actually a little bit surprised, you guys. It looks like not all metal objects, like the spoon and the quarter, respond to magnetic force. So those were no's. We ended up with 3 no's and 3 yeses. I think another important thing to include in our results is that some objects may appear like they are not magnetic or not metal, in the case of this steel wool sponge, but the best way to test it out is with an actual magnet, and you might be surprised. So that was another yes. Last, and definitely not least, I was super surprised by this little box. I thought that this whole box was made out of one material, but when we tested it, the top didn't respond to the magnet at all, but the side had a strong reaction. So I think it's important to point out that some things have different components, even if you can't tell just by looking at them, and they may respond differently to different types of energy. So there you have it. There's our big magnet experiment. Okay, so we just learned about how you can pick things up with a magnet, but did you know that magnetic energy and other types of energy can actually affect objects without even touching it? Crazy, right? Let me show you a couple examples. It's pretty cool. Check it out. I can control this can using the magnetic force without actually having to touch it. Whoa! Crazy enough, magnetic energy isn't the only type of energy that can exert this type of non-contact force. So, before I let you go, here's another one that I want you to play with at home. All you need is a balloon. If I use this balloon to generate static electricity just by rubbing against different materials, you might notice that I can get my hair to move. Kind of crazy, huh? So definitely take a minute next chance you get and experiment with different ways that you can generate static electricity and play with other types of energy and force at your own house. As soon as you're ready, check out craftlakecity.com for more awesome STEM projects and other great tutorials, and we'll see you next time.